Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this pretty lace baby dress. So this dress can be made in a number of different sizes, and for all of the information on how to make the different sizes, please see the description box below. So thank you very much for watching, and please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more crochet videos. So to begin your dress, you want to start off by making a slip knot. So to do a slip knot, take your yarn and take your finger and wrap the yarn around your finger once and then twice. Then take the first loop and pull it over the second loop, and then take the second loop and pull it all the way over your finger. You then want to take your crochet hook, go in through this space and pull tight, and there you have a slip knot. And now once you have your slip knot, we are now going to make our foundation chain, and we are going to chain 55. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 55. So there I have finished making my foundation chain, and now we are ready to move on to round 1. So we are now on to round 1 of our dress, and to begin this round we're going to do a double crochet into the second chain from the hook. So here is the first chain from the hook, and here is the second chain from the hook. So yarn over and go down into this chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the final 2 loops on your hook. So there we have 1 double crochet into that chain, and now yarn over and go down into the next chain and do the same thing into this one, 1 double crochet, and then do the same thing into the next one, and just continue this all the way along for round 1. So round 1 is just a simple round of double crochet. We're just going to do 1 double crochet into each and every chain. So I have finished working those double crochets all the way along for round 1, and at the end of this round you should have 54 double crochets, and I would recommend that you just quickly go back and double check that you do have 54, and if you do, we're ready to move on to round 2. So to begin this round, chain 1 and turn, and this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So now in round 2, we're going to do 1 double crochet into 1 stitch, 1 double crochet into the second stitch, but then 2 double crochets into the third stitch along. And we're going to repeat that all the way along. We're going to do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So yarn over and go down into the first stitch here, as our chain 1 did not count as a stitch, and do 1 double crochet, and then do 1 double crochet into the second stitch along, but then into the next stitch we're going to do 2 double crochets. So yarn over, go down into this stitch and do 1, and then do a second one back down into the same stitch. So there we have 1, 1, 2, and we're just going to keep repeating this all the way along. So go into the next stitch and do 1, and then do 1 double crochet into the next one, but then into the next stitch do 2 double crochets, both into this one, like that. And just continue to repeat this all the way along. 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So I'm just coming to the end of round 2, so I'm going to finish off by doing 2 double crochets into this last stitch at the very end. So you should finish off by doing 2 double crochets into the last stitch. And now we're ready to move on to round 3. So to begin this round, you want to chain 1 and turn. And in round 3, we're going to be doing 1 double crochet into each of the first 3 stitches, and then 2 double crochets into the next, and then 3 more double crochets, 1 into each stitch, and then 2 into the next, all the way along. So we're doing 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 all the way along for round 3. So yarn over and go down into this first stitch here and do 1 double crochet, and then do 1 into the second one along, and then do 1 double crochet into the third stitch along, like that. But then into the next stitch, go down into this stitch and do 1 double crochet, and then do a second one back down into this stitch. So there we have done 1 1 1 2, and you just want to keep repeating this all the way along. So do 3 double crochets, 1 into each stitch, like that, and then do 2 double crochets both down into this next one. And just continue that all the way along for round 3. So I have just finished working that all the way along for round 3, and I have finished off by doing 2 double crochets into the last stitch at the end. And at the end of this round you should have 90 double crochets. So if you wanted to go back and double check that you have the right number, you should have 90. And now we're ready to move on to round 4. So to begin this round, chain 1 and turn. And this round follows the same pattern, but here we are going to do 4 double crochets, 1 into each stitch, and then 2 double crochets into the next, all the way along. So we're going to do 1 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 1 2 all the way along for round 4. So yarn over, go down into the first stitch and do 1 double crochet, and then do 1 into the second one along, and the third, and then the fourth, and then into the next stitch do 2 double crochets. So 2 both into that one. So there we have 1 1 1 1 2, and we're just going to keep repeating this all the way along for round 4. So there I have finished working that all the way along for round 4, and at the end of this round you should have 108 double crochets. And now we're ready to move on to round 5. So to begin this round, chain 1 and turn, and round 5 follows the same pattern again, but in this round we're going to do 5 double crochets, then 2 double crochets into the next, all the way along. So we're going to do 1 1 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 1 1 2 all the way along. So start off by doing 5 double crochets, 1 into each of the first 5 stitches. So there's 3, and now 4 and 5, and then into this next stitch do 2 double crochets both down into this one. And then we're going to do 5 more double crochets. Like that. And then 2 both into the next stitch. And just continue this all the way along. 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2. So I have just finished working that all the way around for round 5, and at the end of that round this is what you should have, and you should now have 126 double crochets, and it's really important that you have that number. So I would recommend that you just quickly go back and double check that you do have 126, as in the next round, in round 6, we're going to be turning our big loop that we have here into a dress shape. So to do that, we're going to be working along a certain number of stitches for the first half of the back. We're then going to skip a number of stitches for the first armhole, work along a number of stitches for the front of the dress, skip another number of stitches for the other armhole, and then work along another number of stitches for the other half of the back. So that is how we're going to turn this big loop that we have here into a dress shape. But before we move on to round 6, we need to join our work. So our dress is going to have a little opening at the top to make it easier to get on and off. So we'll have an opening with a little button, but the rest of the dress is going to be joined. So from now on, we are going to be joining our work at the end of the rounds. So to join your work now, you want to take where you finished off at the end of round 5 and then go around to the opposite side, so to the very first double crochet of that last round. Insert your hook into this stitch and work a slip stitch. So yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. And there we have joined our work. And now we're ready to move on to round 6. So we are now on to round 6, and to begin this round you want to chain 1 and turn, and this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So now we're going to start off by doing 4 double crochets. So yarn over and go down into this first stitch here. So go down to this first stitch and do 1 double crochet, and then do 1 into the next one, and 1 double crochet into the third stitch along, and then 1 into the fourth, like that. And then into this next stitch we're going to do 2 double crochets, both into this one. So there we have 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, and we're going to do this 3 more times, or 4 times in total, for the first half of the back. So we're going to do our first repeat, so do 4 double crochets, 1 into each stitch. Like that. So like that, so there we have 4 double crochets, and now you want to do 2 double crochets, both into this next stitch. So there we have our first repeat, and you want to do that 2 more times, and then we will have 4 of those sets in total for the first half of the back. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. So there I have those 4 sets, and that is the first half of the back completed. And now we're ready to move on to the first armhole. And for this armhole, we are just going to skip 23 stitches. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 23. So here is my 23rd stitch, and we're going to skip this one and then into the next stitch, so this would be the 24th one along, we need to do a double crochet. So yarn over and go into this stitch. So this would be the 24th one along. Pull your work nice and close together and do 1 double crochet like that. And there we have completed the first armhole. And I would recommend that you just quickly go back and double check that you did skip 23 stitches. And if you have, we are ready to move on to the front of our dress. So here, this first double crochet counts as the first stitch of the front. So now we need to do 3 more. So yarn over, go into the next stitch and do 1 double crochet and 1 into the next one and 1 into the next. So there we have 4 double crochets, and then into the next stitch do 2. So there we have our first set of 1 1 1 1 2, just like we were doing for the back, but for the front we need 8 sets in total. So you need to repeat 1 1 1 1 2 7 more times, and then you will have the front of your dress. So there I have finished doing those 8 sets in total for the front of the dress, and now we can move on to the next armhole. And for this armhole, we're going to do the exact same thing as the other one. You just want to skip 23 stitches. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 23. So here is my 23rd stitch, and I'm going to skip this one, yarn over, go into the next stitch. So this would be the 24th one along, and do a nice neat double crochet by pulling my work together. And there we have done the other armhole. And now for the other half of the back of our dress, we're just going to continue working our sets all the way along. So there we have done 1 double crochet. So now we need to do 3 more. Like that. And then 2 double crochets, both into this next stitch. So there we have our first set of 1 1 1 1 2, and just repeat that till you get to the end, and you should find that that is 4 sets in total for this side. So there I have finished doing those sets, and I finished off by doing 2 double crochets into the last stitch at the end. And now you want to insert your hook into the first double crochet of the round and yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. So work a slip stitch. And there we have finished round 6, and you can see we have added in the shape of our dress. And now we're ready to move on to round 7. So to begin round 7, you want to chain 1 and turn, and this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So now we're going to start off this round by going down into the first stitch here and doing a single crochet. So insert your hook down into the first stitch of the round, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. So there we have 1 single crochet into that stitch, and now you want to chain 1 and skip 2 stitches. So skip 1 and 2, and then into the next stitch here we're going to do a V. And when we do a V, we do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet all into the same stitch. So yarn over, go down into this one and do double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet back down into the exact same stitch. And now you want to chain 1 and skip 2 more stitches. So skip 1 and 2, and we're going to repeat that all the way around for round 7. We're going to do single crochet, chain 1, skip 2 stitches, V, chain 1, skip 2 stitches, single crochet, chain 1, skip 2 stitches, V, chain 1, skip 2 stitches all the way around. So we've done V, chain 1, skip 1 and 2. So now into the next stitch, do a single crochet, chain 1 and skip 1 and 2, and then yarn over, go into the next stitch, do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So that is how you do a V. Then chain 1 and skip 2 stitches, and just keep repeating that all the way around. So I'm just coming to the end of round 7. So I have done my last V, chain 1 and then skip the last 2 stitches. And then to finish off this round, insert your hook into the first single crochet that we worked and do a slip stitch. And there we have finished round 7 and we're ready to move on to round 8. So to begin this round, chain 1 and turn, and this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So we are going to go straight into this first V here, and we're going to do a stitch called 2 double crochets together. So when we do 2 double crochets together, we do 2 double crochets, but we do not complete either of them, and then we complete them both together at the same time. So we're effectively turning 2 stitches into 1. So we have chained 1 and turned. So now yarn over and go down into the first V, yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. But you do not want to complete this double crochet. Stop here, leaving this stitch incomplete, and move on to the second one. Yarn over, go down, back down into the V, yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. But you do not want to complete this double crochet either. So there we have 2 incomplete double crochets, and you should have 3 loops on your hook, and you want to yarn over and pull through all 3. So there we have done our first set of 2 double crochets together. And now you want to chain 1. And now we're going to repeat that, so 2 double crochets together and chain 1 into the V 2 more times. So we're going to do 2 more of those sets into the V. So yarn over and go back down into the V and do 2 double crochets together. And then chain 1, and now do that for a final time. Chain so there 1. We have 3 sets of 2 double crochets together and chain 1 all into that V, and we're going to repeat that all the way around into every single V. So here and here and here. So just into the V's, we're going to do 3 sets of 2 double crochets together and chain 1. So yarn over and go on to the next V here, skip all the stitches in the middle and just go into the next V and do your first set. And then do a second set down into the same V, and then a third set. like that. And now move on to the next V here. So yarn over, go into the V and do 3 sets of 2 double crochets together and chain 1. Like that, and just keep repeating that all the way around. Into every single V, do 3 sets. So I have finished working that all the way around for round 8. So I have done my last set, and now we're going to finish off by doing a slip stitch into the first set of 2 double crochets together that we worked. And now we're ready to move on to the next round. So we are now on to round 9, and to begin this round you want to chain 1 and turn. And round 9 is a nice easy round of single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1 all the way along. So we're going to go down into this first chain space here, go down into the space and do a single crochet and then chain 1. And now we're going to go into this next chain space here and do a single crochet, chain 1, and then go into the next chain space here, do a single crochet, chain 1, then into the next space, this bigger one, single crochet, chain 1, then into the next chain space, chain 1, and the next one, chain 1, and then the bigger one, single crochet, chain 1, and just repeat this all the way around. Whenever you get to a chain space, so here, 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 so these little chain 1 spaces between the sets, here, 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 do a single crochet and then chain 1, and repeat that all the way around. So I'm just coming to the end of round 9. So I have done single crochet, chain 1. So then I'm going to do my last single crochet into this final chain space there. So you want to finish off with a single crochet and then chain 1. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into the first single crochet that we worked. And now we're ready to move on to round 10. So to begin round 10, chain 1 and turn. And round 10 is another simple round, but in this round we're going to do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 all the way around. So yarn over and go down into this first chain 1 space and do a double crochet and then chain 1. And then go down into the next chain 1 space here in between the 2 single crochets, go in there and do a double crochet, chain 1, then do a double crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 1, and just repeat this all the way around. So I'm just coming to the end of round 10. So I have done double crochet, chain 1 into that last chain 1 space, and then to finish off the round we're going to do a slip stitch into the first double crochet that we worked. So there we have finished round 10, and now we're ready to move on to round 11. So to begin round 11, chain 1 and turn. And round 11 is pretty much the same thing as round 7, it's just that the positioning of the stitches is a little bit different. So we're going to be doing single crochet, chain 1, skip 2 stitches, V, chain 1, skip 2 stitches, all the way around. So you want to go down into this first chain 1 space here and do a single crochet, then chain 1 and skip 2 stitches. So we're going to skip this next double crochet and chain 1 and then into the next stitch. So this will be this double crochet here. We're going to do our V, so double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we're going to chain 1 and skip 2 stitches. So skip the next chain space and double crochet, and then repeat that again. Go into the chain space and do a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 and 2, and then into the next stitch, which is a double crochet, do your V, and then chain 1 and skip 1 and 2, and just keep repeating that all the way around. So round 11 is the same thing as round 7, it's just that the positioning is a little bit different. So I'm just coming to the end of round 11. So I've done my last V, chain 1, skip 2 stitches, and then finish off with a slip stitch into the single crochet. So there we have finished round 11, and we're ready to move on to the next round. So now for the rest of the length of our dress, we are just going to repeat rounds 8 through to 11 again and again and again. So it's those 4 rounds, and we have just finished round 11. So now you want to do round 8, then 9, 10, 11, then 8, 9, 10, 11, and just keep going until you have the length dress that you want. So here is round 8, then 9 is our little single crochet round, 10 is our double crochet round, and 11 is the round with the V's. So just keep repeating those 4 rounds, and of course you can go back in the video and re-watch them as many times as you need to. So here is my finished dress, so this is the exact same pattern. So here I have rounds 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I have the length that I want. And then when I got to the end, I fastened off, so pulled my yarn out and my hook and cut my yarn. I then weaved all of my ends nice and securely into the inside. And then on the back, I went ahead and added a little button at the top, and then used the spaces in between the stitches on the opposite side as a button loop. So I have this little keyhole effect, but you could add another button here if you wanted it more closed up. And I have finished. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it easy to follow. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more crochet videos. And in the description box below this video, I will leave a link to where you can find my Twitter account. So if you would like to go and follow me on there, I always like to post updates and pictures of upcoming tutorials. And I would love to see photos of your crochet work on Twitter as well. And in the description box, I will also leave a link to where you can find some of my written patterns if you are interested. And thank you again for watching. Bye.